Good morning, Year 4. Today we're going to be answering questions about the chapter that we started yesterday and we're going to finish today. So if you could just pause the video while you quickly write today's date and learning objective, which is to answer questions about the text. So yesterday we heard that a white deer had appeared before King Arthur, and we know that King Arthur has asked Sir Gawain and his brother to investigate what happened. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on reading from the bottom of page 128 because that's where we got to yesterday. So remember, Sir Gawain and Gaheris have gone to investigate what has gone on. The first thing Gawain and Gaheris found were two knights fighting. It turned out that the knights were brothers, fighting over that very same deer and dog. They had started fighting because one brother was hoping the deer would escape the dog, and the other that the dog would catch and kill the deer. Then they'd started to argue over who would be the one to rescue the lady, and they were still at it. Gawain and Gaheris left those knights and continued on their adventure. The next thing the brothers found was a large castle. The dog lay dead at their feet, hit several times by arrows. Gawain loved dogs, and he blamed the deer. When the deer ran by again a moment later, Gawain caught and killed it. Having seen this from their windows, the lord and lady of the castle came rushing out. "Oh, what have you done to my beloved deer?" cried the lady, falling weeping upon the ground. Gawain apologised, but when the Lord hit him with his sword, he found himself surprised and angry. Although the Lord begged for mercy, Gawain raised his own sword to slay him. That means to kill him. What happened next, however, Gawain didn't mean this to happen. As he swung his sword, the lady moved in front to defend her husband. Gawain tried to turn his swing, but his sword still grazed the lady's neck, causing her to bleed and fall down as if dead as the deer. Thankfully, she did not die. The Lord was so grateful that he forgave all, and he invited Gawain and Gaheris to dinner. Over the meal, the Lord told them the story of his brother, who had taken his wife's sister as his own wife. A strange woman, he said, dressed all in red and with red hair, had given one sister the deer and the other the dog. The sisters had been very happy, but almost immediately the chase began and the couples clashed, so they fell out with each other. The Lord confessed that he had been the angry knight in black who had hit his brother and kidnapped his brother's wife. He had done it, he said, out of revenge and for the honour of his own wife and her deer. Gawain was suspicious. The woman the Lord described sounded like the witch Vivian, famous for making mischief such as this for pure fun. "Since both the deer and the dog are now dead," he said, "let your fight with your brother also die." That means stop arguing with your brother. The Lord agreed. When Gawain returned to Camelot, however, and described to Arthur and Guinevere all that had happened, Queen Guinevere decided that he was the troublemaker. She privately told an attendant how Gawain had shown the Lord no mercy and how he had struck and injured a woman. "Surely his sword has now been dishonoured," she said. Gawain, overhearing this, decided that Guinevere would hate him forever and would never really give him a chance. He hid his anger, however, and, out of respect for the Queen, broke his now dishonoured sword across his knee. Don't worry about Sir Gawain, though. He went on to prove himself, both to the Queen Guinevere and perhaps to you as well. So, what you're going to do, you're going to use pages 127 to 132, and I've got a series of 5 questions for you to answer. So I'll read them, and then you can pause the video after I've read them so that you can write your answers. So question 1, how did the knight on the black horse seem as he emerged from the woods? Question 2, who did Sir Arthur ask Sir Gawain to go with him to investigate what was going on? Question 3, how did the dog die? Question 4, why was Gawain suspicious when he heard the description of the strange woman? And question 5, how did Guinevere react at the news? So just pause the video where you answer those questions now. Remember to answer in full sentences. Okay, when you've done those, there are the answers. So how did the knight on the black horse seem as he emerged from the woods? Well, he seemed angry. Who did Sir Arthur ask Gawain to go with him to investigate what was going on? He asked his brother Gaheris. How did the dog die? It was hit by arrows. Why was Gawain suspicious when he heard the description of the strange woman? Well, it sounded like the witch Vivian. And question 5, how did Guinevere react at the news? She thought that Sir Gawain was the troublemaker, and she suggested that his sword be dishonoured. Well done if you got those right. I will see you tomorrow, Year 4.